Hey guys, what's up? Most serious duelist in the world here, and I know you all have been wanting more videos from me, and, well, as you know, I'm kinda limited with the camera, using a DS at the moment. It's a DS XL at least, though, so there's something there. So, I've been thinking about what type of videos can I make with a crappy camera that not everyone else is doing. Then I realized, remember, deck profiles, those are a thing. You guys like those. So, yeah, whatever, here we go. The deck I'm showing you today is the modified, most serious deck in the world with the new ban list. It's a little different, and I don't use 3 copies of Blasting the Ruins anymore. I'm actually kind of sad about that, but we use what we got, so let's get to it. Deck's ace runs 2 copies of Endymion. Who may know these guys? I call him Dark Magician of Chaos Light. I combo him in the deck using his field spell, which we'll get to later. Plus, he's my answer to pretty much everything that tries to counter my deck. With his effect of once per turn, I can send 1 spell card from my hand to the graveyard to destroy 1 card on the field. That pretty much lets me get over the problems like Denko, Exciton, Royal Decree, stuff like that. And with Skill Drain being at 1, I don't have to worry about that one too much anymore. We've got the obvious 3 Royal Magical Libraries. Don't really think I need to explain that one, do I? It's a good draw card. Does what it does. Effect Veiler's a thing, but fewer people seem to be running them these days, so I don't get hit by that as much. Then we have some of the weirder things. I'm sure anyone who's faced the original remembers these. 3 copies of Thunder Dragon. Great with hand destruction, great with deck thinning. Gets the job done. Gonna then move to our spell lineup. You've probably already seen the Foolish Burial. It's been in the corner the entire time. Got the 1 copy of Toon World. A lot of people ask me why I don't use Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Mostly because I'm completely dependent on another card to use him. Be it Trade-in, I believe it is, yeah. And Toon World's other effect, I can play this card in desperation to get a spell counter and lose 1,000 life points. More on why that's important later. We've got Soul Charge. Mostly again to lose the life points. I think you've already figured out what's going on, and if you have, great. If you haven't, it'll explain it when I get to the trap lineup. If you don't know, I'm pretty sure we all know what Soul Charge does by now, though. Used to have 2 copies of that in the deck, and then it got limited. So what are you gonna do? 2 Magical Mallets and 3 reloads. Why do I have 3 reloads and only 2 Magical Mallets? Long story that. Man, I am not good at this. There we go. When I put this deck together, I couldn't find my Magical Mallets for some reason. I'm lucky I have the 2 because someone at my locals had them. But yeah, I found like 5 copies of Reload and no mallets. If anyone's got an extra mallet and you run into me, well, never mind, I can probably get one myself. Got your basic 3 copies of Upstart Goblin. Nothing special there. Except for they give my opponent life points, and that's pretty necessary later on. We've got 2 copies of Citadel, which serve a dual purpose. They give me an extra use of Royal Magical Library if things are going bad, but more importantly, they let me get this guy out. And when I get this guy out with this card's effect, I get a spell card back. And that combos with the next card, 3 copies of Wonder Wand. Now, it's a bad day when I have to equip that to library, but if I can equip that to Endymion, it recycles him into the graveyard, gives me 2 fresh cards, and he's ready to be brought back out with the Magical Citadel. It takes a while to get the 6 spell counters, but by the time I get that combo off, that's not really a problem. The equipped cards I do like, though, are the 2 Bamboo Swords, which play into the 3 Golden Bamboo Swords. As long as I got a broken Bamboo Sword on board, Golden Bamboo Sword's essentially a pot of greed. Real handy. 3 Toon Table of Contents, more deck thinning, automatic 3 counters for library, and it gets my Toon World into my hand. 2 Hand Destruction. Not as useful since I don't have as many floater cards as I used to, but it still lets me use my Thunder Dragons for plussing, but, you know, don't always have to use these. And then the 3 Into the Voids. This is what lets me get my hand into the graveyard at the end of the turn, and if everything's gone horribly wrong, it kills me because I have nothing to start with. Now, I said I wasn't running 3 Blasting the Ruins anymore. That's because I was able to thin the traps to just 2. Life Equalizer, which, as long as the difference between my life points and my opponent's life points is, I believe it's here, 8,000, which the 5,000 life point loss from Soul Drain plus a 3,000 life point gain from the Upstart Goblins. This can come in real handy. And then we get the Blasting the Ruins, you know, the best, most serious burn card in the game. And no card does more flat burn than it does. Now, this build usually uses the Wall of Revealing Light, but I've found that to be a little too slow, a little too finicky, and a little too safe. You don't dedicate to anything. You play that, you stall out. It's just not serious enough for me. I've also people have been asking why I don't use Magical Explosion. I just don't like the card. I don't know, something about it just doesn't feel right to me. But, anywho, that's the deck. I'll be putting the deck list in the description below. Sorry for the crappy camera. And the AC just turned on. Hope everyone's enjoying the spring and the allergies that come with it, and I'll try to get another video up when I can. Yeah, we all know how that's gonna go. Take care.